on this team could take the AWP. We've seen 4 out of the 5 players use it for this roster. Brokey, being the latest addition as well, had it a little bit yesterday on Mirage. Obviously, you know Cold likes the second up. He did back in SK in the day from time to time. And Nico, he is a man of many weapons, Harry. Nothing will stand in his way. And let's see if HellRaisers can, as they start things off over on the T side of their map pick. FaZe clan, they've got the kit, they've got the smoke on Brokey, and they're up against mostly armor.
Yeah, Crush is going to don the utility here for his squad. Now, it's not too uncommon to see Angel be the man to do it more often than not. So that's an interesting one as he dons the armor in this round. Nico's going to go peeking into middle. You can see the Betway odds putting this one pretty heavily in favor of FaZe clan. And you can understand why HellRaisers are coming into this as the heavy underdogs. And this fast aggression, while it has got one man trapped here, HellRaisers, they've spotted it and they've just gone rotating away. They've seen so many players over in top mid. As a result, they know this B side of the map is almost guaranteed to be empty. Lucky enough, this double boost down towards the short side has netted a kill onto Crush. And now man advantage taken for FaZe. They can move into the retake effectively in a 5v3. And now they will be in an actual 5v3.
Yeah, Angel eventually getting picked up. Nico pushed out through middle. And even though HellRaisers made a great heads-up call to get into that B site, FaZe were expecting it. They were holding double short side and gave up this monster position now with a kit in for the retake. Nice shot. Nuki can't follow up though. Olaf's got a kill. Flourished finding a dink onto Cold Zero, and the time really is low. They need to get on that defuse right here and right now. Nico's got the smoke and he will throw it out, but it's not going to land on the bomb. Flourished still has an angle, but he's been killed from upper. Now just Scooby spamming the smoke, desperately looking for this kill to Nico, but he doesn't know where the bomb is planted, and FaZe are going to get away with a pistol round. That is the danger of planting an unfamiliar spot, especially when you're taking that CT control.
Yeah, second that smoke goes down for old mate Scooby, it's like finding a hay in a needle stack, right? Like he's just getting tagged on the peak. He can't find the man in the smoke. It's not a conventional plant, so you don't really know where that defuse is going to be. And FaZe, they will manage that one. It still gets pretty close, considering that was a 5v3. I think, you know, you take into account the context of that round and the fact that HellRaisers do get the B bomb site. It does make sense. It ends up being so close. Here's the force buy, though, on the back of getting that bomb plant.
So good as well.
One thing that's a bit interesting, Scooby doesn't have head armor here, and he had enough money to grab it. I hope that's not something that's going to come back to punish HR in any way, shape, or form.
That definitely does seem curious.
Because now he's one shot to everything in the head, right? Whether it's the FAMAS, whether it's the M4, the MP9. And you know, if you die, you potentially put a Krieg into the hands of FaZe. That is not ideal, to say the very least. We know how strong that gun is, especially for the CT side.
We'll have to see if that comes into play then, Harry, and what will be the result of that. HellRaisers taking long control, FaZe giving them a lot of room to maneuver here with no one inside of the toilets, just double setup on the site. But Olaf is spotting, and that's a tag. Bit by bit, this scout chips away at the Kriegs in play for HellRaisers. Re-aggression on short for Rain, and a rotate up from Brokey. So A site is being heavily defended here by the FaZe clan roster. HellRaisers getting a bit closer. Olaf assisting his teammate with a bit of a smoke just to set him up in front of the divider. But Rain, that smoke maybe going a bit deeper than he anticipated, giving room for Crush to isolate him. Olaf is going to move back as well. And 25 seconds, HellRaisers, they need to start moving. Oh,
not like
there's
that.
The head armor.
Yeah, yeah. That's not how they wanted this to go. Oh dear. Well, you know, yeah. Second round in for FaZe. Team kill for HellRaisers, never ideal.
Nope.
And both those Kriegs retrieved. FaZe are very, very happy with that. They're already smiling. Yanko's having a laugh. It's real scary, I think, when Yanko's smiling.
Yeah, that's when you know things are not good for HellRaisers, but early start, Harry. Only a 2-0 lead for FaZe before the Pistols come back out here for the T side. And yeah, a bit of an awkward one there with a team kill, not the end of the world. That re-aggression from Rain is very well timed, and there's not much the HellRaisers can do to stop it without getting the info. Caught by surprise.
And you know what? While we're here, we consider this is just the eco from HR, or, well, I mean, you know, they've got something in play. But the odds are they're going to play a slower round. we'll throw a little congratulations, a little Pro League congrats out to Mr. Henry Greer, a regular face here on the Pro League usually, for winning Esports Commentator of the Year. What an achievement. He is the king of esports after all. Speaking of which, dethroned in this round, Rain was taken down, but it's not really much to write home about, right? This pistol getting 1 kill, and the rifle should just mop the rest of this up.
You know, it's kind of nice to see Henry win that, because now after weeks of you telling me you're the best in the world, Harry, we finally have evidence to prove you wrong.
Yeah, this time around, I'll get him next time. I'll get him next time. But yeah, you know, he's earned it.
I love this setup the FaZe keep doing. Take a look at Brokey down on that B bomb site, holding on from the short side. They're giving up B so much because Brokey has all this information and FaZe can afford to play retake. Brokey should be able to get away with a couple of kills here, plus the info. Oh, the FAMAS is trash though, and he will only get 1. That's a gun for HellRaisers, but they don't want to stop on their path to this B bomb site. They want that plant ASAP. Molly's going to make things difficult though, and Cold Zero's coming from the heaven, and one by one, HellRaisers is starting to fall. Flourished, if he can get a plant, that'd be nice, but the artillery rains in, and a team ace for FaZe Clan as they deal with the pistols very easily.
And now we got this first buy ready to come through with some light investment that round and a few players buying down to like the $1,500 mark. You're going to be getting what? 2,900 at the end of that one, so they're all good. They can get everything that they need. We'll even have that AWP in play over in the hands of Nuki. You can see those players that invested a little bit more. They're a tiny bit more restricted in terms of the utility. Also, important to note, AWP out in the hands of Olaf. I'm very happy that we see both these AWPs come into play in this round because we immediately get that head-to-head of Olaf and Nuki as a potential. Olaf is over towards toilets with his AWP, but he's going to be looking at Party. With HellRaisers out in mid, there's a good chance that he might get some action on this AWP.
Nice kill from Brokey, though, starting down on that B-bomb site. The short re-aggression again for FaZe paying off, and he gets a chance to live to fight another day. Good flash as Rain runs, and he will be run down by Crush. 4-on-4 now as HellRaisers find that equalizer, and it forces a rotation up towards the top site. Nico going up and above. Olaf trying to hit that flick, but just a little bit too off as Nico re-aggresses. This is the re-aggression that was enabling Rain to pick up 2 kills outside those toilets in round number 2, but it won't come into play here as HellRaisers set their sights down on B. This time FaZe don't have that short water control, so HellRaisers will be able to get closer to this B site before FaZe realize. In fact, they'll be able to get into it because FaZe are playing retake. Boost up the cold. This Krieg, however, so powerful from atop this position. The only danger is if you are scoped in on Monster, sure is a problem, and they can walk into your crosshairs with your scope covering them. So need to be very careful if you're cold as the execute comes in.
This is one of the ideal times to have this, though. If Cold gets 1 kill, there you go. He just drops down. They disassemble the boost because that's a very easy angle to pre-fire, but they're fine with that. They've got a 4-on-3, now a 4-on-2. This Krieg continuing to put up numbers. They finally get rid of Cold Zera, and they'll get that bomb planted. Nuki and Flourished left up in the 2-on-3, and Nuki tries to get the peek into heaven, but to his demise, Flourished, the last man standing, and Nico over at short is going to get caught out there. Anticipating that he was hanging around this smoke. They do now know where Flourished is, though. He's got to try and hold this one down, but the bomb is planted for him.
Yeah, smoke is not the bit of utility you want either in this clutch. It's going to allow him to fire off blanks without getting shot through it. Brokey pushing up, and the defuse is already happening. Flourished is going to get the kill, but it doesn't matter with Olaf surviving or picked back up for Flourished at least. But Olaf actually trades out and grabs Nuki's on the site. So it's a 1-for-1. It's a swap-a-roo, Harry, as FaZe Clan take yet another round on this CT
I
site.
kind of love that. They're looking at it, and they're like, oh, he's short. The smoke's fading. We don't have one. And then the smoke goes down, and Olaf goes, oh, he smoke bomb for us, and then just hops on it.
Like, I like the idea there, right?
No, it makes sense,
you're just trying to spam through. It means you at least get to peek without getting double peeked. In a 1-on-1, that makes no sense. In a 1-on-2, you know someone's covering that defuse, but if you don't kill the diffuser through the smoke, well, that's exactly what happens. You lose a round. So
yeah, I think, you know, and as you say, like, really, that's kind of the only option he had, and there was a great deal of luck that would have to have also gone his way for that one to come through. So now, 4-0 lead for FaZe. They're off to a blinding start. The investment's back in from HellRaisers. That AWP still in play, obviously. That's been thrown over to Nuki. They get to give it another go here. A bit of damage being exchanged, and when I say a bit, I really do mean a bit, like, negligible almost. There's a little bit more there, the back and forth between Angel and Nico. HR trying to play this slow style, but I do feel like FaZe, unlike, what we saw from Fnatic, where I think especially, there was a lot of challenging down towards area of the map like Monster and things like that, right? You think about, especially on their T side, how HellRaisers kept getting kills through the smoke, especially Crush down towards Monster. FaZe just aren't going to give you those sorts of peaks. Instead, they'll meet this passive stance with one of their own, and we've been seeing it's later in the round that they try and take this aggression. Once HellRaisers have given this default up, already they're sat with a man advantage here, so HR on the back foot to try and now make something of this round.
Ooh, the flash though, and Rain's blind. He's spraying away, and fair enough, he gets a dink there, but no kill as Flourished drops in. Angel, ooh, just about not spotted by Olaf. That Molly's going to send him back towards the APC as well, and the tags come through as he retreats. Utility, but 15 seconds now for HellRaisers. Scooby's going in through B. That's not going to matter. Flourished needs to stay alive. The bomb has been dropped, and the round has been lost. Nothing they can do versus Nico as he tucks himself into the truck and mow down HellRaisers. 5-0 for FaZe Clan. And one of the big talking points that we've already seen from this team is that, there is a lot more belief in this system now, and the calls from Nico seem to be, really working out for FaZe. They've been playing some very slow Counter-Strike, especially on those T sides, and with everyone believing, Harry, that's what makes all the difference. As Chad and Alex were saying on the desk, you need everyone to be on the same page, and that is very much happening here for FaZe. A delayed play from HellRaisers. The time wasn't a problem versus Fnatic, who were keen to re-aggress, but FaZe know exactly when to fall back into the safety of those bomb sites.
And that's the thing, there are definitely some IGLs out there who can work perfectly fine sitting bottom of the board, right? It doesn't get in their head at all. They're confident in the rest of their team. But I've always looked at Angel as someone who likes to, throw himself into the action, and his calls are quite related to his individual performance. He's not someone who's content with being bottom of the board. And I think, a really good example of that is that Fnatic matchup on Mirage yesterday, right? It did all kind of start to fall apart tactically when Angel fell off individually, and so here him getting off to such a slow start for HR maybe could bring some problems later on down the way. Miss Nade would have found a boatload of damage if it had connected. There's 3 players there. That would have been perfect. They all would have been brought down to what, like 50 points of health.
And Nico just missed the timing. He's been jumping all round long, and HellRaisers finally moving into water as Nico gives it up. So fair enough. But unfortunately for FaZe Clan, it will be info they're lacking. Nades being set up by this T side, but not connecting really anything significant. Nico gets away, and Crush tagging Olaf over on A. Nico finishing off a frag, and Angel is now 0-6, Harry. Keep your eyes on that scoreline as James Bond is approaching. 50 seconds here for HellRaisers. That bomb still left back in T-spawn as well. Need to pick that up eventually, and Nuki will go back for it. HellRaisers moving up through the connector towards that A site. They've had no success down on B, but at least Crush has cleared out the toilets and gotten close up on this top site. Only 2 CTs here, but that should be enough with Olaf waiting for that smoke walk. Crush might just give it to him.
Oh, Olaf, my word, that flick was so fast, you'd be forgiven for missing it. Nuki, looking for the trade, at least is able to deal with Rain, but there's always Nico at truck. The second you remove one of the heads of this beast, 2 more grow back. And now Flourished, he'll get mopped up as well. Nico with another hat-trick inside of the A-bomb site. Continual 3Ks just back-to-back from him at this side of the map. And honestly, I mean, I think, now if there ever was a time to just throw it in, now's the time to change the pace, right? Go for a faster round. I think as well that's an interesting thing is like it almost feels like the old guard of the CIS scene love this slow approach, but I feel like a lot of the new teams are a lot more about being very, very fast, very free-flowing. You look at the individuals in this team, really I'm on about Crush more than anyone, but obviously he came from that Vega Squadron lineup, right? And they were known back for that major performance of just Mach 10 rushing bomb sites, playing that very hyper-aggressive brand of Counter-Strike.
I think one big detail you have to remember here with the calling is that, you can play so and you can run those really tactical rounds, but at the end of the day, Harry, the thing that matters most is getting those kills. And if you're just not winning the duels, it doesn't matter how slow or how smart you play it.
And that's
you're walking into these crossfires that FaZe kind of set up.
And that's why I would just love to have a bit more contact made early in the round, right? Because you're not even giving yourself the chance to get these, and FaZe just aren't giving you the aggression you've been hoping that they would. And so finally now, you know, first 40 seconds of the round, we see Scooby go for that peek into the B bomb site, and they've removed Nico. They know that time and time again, he's been up here towards A. So I am wondering if maybe that's going to now spur HellRaisers on. They get a pick at the B site. They know that B is going to be feeling the pressure a bit more, so there's always a chance of an over-rotation. But at the very least, you've removed the man who's caused you so many problems up towards that A side of the map. Angel pushed from short. Sees both players there, so that's some information gained. He's going to hit the James Bond scoreline, but having now to try and lead this team from beyond the grave. Crush is bested up on A. And this man advantage that HR had has been stripped away from them. Yeah,
that's the re-aggression from FaZe. Pays off so well on short. Olaf never left the divider position, and Yuki trying to rotate down towards B to join his team has been killed. And with that, 20 seconds, HellRaisers, this is very obvious. FaZe know exactly what's coming through. Yuki's rotation gave it away, and they will just kill everyone on this lower site. 7-0, no signs of slowing down, even with the man advantage for HellRaisers. And you know, falling back into this passive setup, FaZe are still able to deal with them, some aggression on this CT side that goes unpunished. Rain as well doing a stellar job up on that top site, getting a kill on the long lurk, and really not letting HellRaisers have any solo plays. That's one big thing we've seen from this T side already. When HellRaisers are going for these quote-unquote executes and these pushes, they're usually having one lurk. We've had Scooby down a monster push when HellRaisers take A. We had Crush come out long when HellRaisers hit B there. And not once have those kills come through. Not once have those lurks been successful. So that needs to change.
Oh, we might finally get that change of pace we were looking for, Hugo. The fast B play, they've got to run through that Molotov, and the Molotov has segregated this push. It's cut it in two. And oh no, the Krieg, cold onto the USP to finish off that 3K. FaZe 8-0. The change of pace is not the answer because it still comes to a crushing end, just like every other round has for HellRaisers. How on earth are they going to get themselves back into this game, both physically and mentally?
Hey, Cole couldn't even see anyone. He had no idea they were there, Harry. Someone's obviously calling, like, they're through, and he's just holding left click and spraying.
Right. Can I just say, that second kill onto Nuki is some of the most BS I've ever seen. Like, Cold is fully blind and just a stray bullet strikes Nuki in the scalp and that's him gone.
Poor HellRaisers. Is there any solution here to their suffering, or is it only madness? Rain pushed up. Olaf's going to lose his fight. Now Rain's hung out to dry. He's got no teammates. A trade needed, and he's going to get it. But Scooby keeping the advantage in the hands of HellRaisers. This is a pitch-perfect round. This is what HellRaisers have wanted all game long. A 4-on-3 early in the round as FaZe lose the advantage, and HellRaisers with all the time in the world to go anywhere they want. If this comes down to a 10-second push, I'm going to be salty. So HellRaisers can't afford to let that clock betray them once again. We've got Nico in a one-and-done position. I mean, with the Krieg, every one-and-done position turns into a many-done position. We'll see how many he can get, but the flash is good, and Flourished just spotted him falling off the top. Nico's not going to get away with that kill. Finally, HellRaisers do keep this advantage and don't get it traded. Nades over the A site do tag Brokey. Bomb's been spotted, so Cold Zero wants to go back up towards A, but he gets dinked in the process, and that makes things very difficult. He fakes the run and falls right back, but Yuki's ready for it. And now HellRaisers, they can ditch down towards B. They know it. Brokey's the only man alive, and he is on the wrong site.
He's definitely going to try and give this a look in, right? Maybe try and get away with some exits on these players. They leave the bomb site because he knows he can hamstring the HR economy looking forward. He's going on this very, very lengthy wrap. He's actually grabbed that AWP, yeah. So now just going to look to hold on to that. He can lock down Monster, and I think that's a pretty safe bet, right? Odds are you're not going to lose this fight too heavily. You can just get one and run away from the round. So good positioning here from Brokey to guarantee that AWP is held forward. HellRaisers, they finally break the curse. They'll get their first on the board.
Flourished is coming this way.
Ooh, yeah. There we go. And now for the rest of HR, yeah, they're like, well, we can't go that way. But they will at least get to hold on to these weapons.
And more importantly, take a first round, right? Break that curse, break that streak. It was an 8-0 start for FaZe Clan on this CT side. And sometimes, Harry, all it takes is one.
Yeah, it is getting out of the rut that's the hardest part. But it's like once you're there, you know, you can start to get the ball rolling a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, I like the aggressive setup from FaZe. They're definitely bored of waiting around for HellRaisers to push at the 30-second mark, but yeah, early aggression getting punished. So FaZe might fall back into more standard starts here where they don't take that fountain control. They just set the AWP up in middle to try and find early picks. And that is going to be the change here. FaZe, lots of Molotovs early to deny HellRaisers control. Crush even getting tickled a little bit by one. And you can see how conditioned HellRaisers are. They're jump spotting playground. They're scared of FaZe being in their map. Or their part of the map. And only now are HellRaisers really starting to move out through middle properly with all 5 players and that bomb. Nico spotting connector sees nothing, and that allows FaZe to set up with this heavy short setup. Nico can even flash his teammates in if they want. And more information gained that this area is clear. So now FaZe, with a double short side setup, are going to need to send a rotate round. Nico moving towards that top side can go and watch long, and that's where everyone is right now for HellRaisers.
Olaf, Molly goes in, and that's enough to force the retreat back from toilets. Now the smoke's coming into this A-bomb site. Nico pushed ahead of the dumpster, tucked into the corner, looking for a gap in this smoke, but they're already up and past him. He hears that bomb going down, and with players in bank, he knows it's going to be a CT side plant. He's lost Rain over in the toilets, and now he finds himself sandwiched. Cold's trying to get up through CT, and Olaf's got to win a fight elsewhere. Still back towards the toilet side and still undetected is Olafmeister. I feel like he could do it all in this round for FaZe, but he's quickly dealt with by Flourished. The Cold and Brokey 2-on-3, it's not impossible, but it's not likely either, and Cold knows it. He's going to bow out of this round. He's going to concede it. HellRaisers, another one on the board as that long play works brilliantly. And the decision to push CT, one that I actually love, and you know, they're helped out a bit by the fact that Nico, on the back of seeing those smokes go in initially, actually pushes past the dumpster and into that cubby corner, right? At that point, he's dedicated into the bomb site, whether he likes it or not. And so that smoke that cuts him off just allows all those players to get free CT control. Yeah,
one big detail here is when FaZe losing a couple of rounds in a row, they lose the Kriegs, Harry, and those were mainstays of the early CT side start. Think about this Cold Zero spray down on Monster with the Krieg. Think about Nico holding that A site with multiple triple kills as well. Well, now they don't have them in their repertoire, in their roster, and that makes things very difficult. Well, not very difficult, it makes things normal.
So something else, mate, is you touched upon this already, how for the first 8 rounds, anytime HellRaisers were going to make a play, we saw one player lurking, and that player so often ended up feeling more like a liability than something that HellRaisers could rely on. For these last 2, they've just been grouping up. They've just been going together into bomb sites. And I think this is where, for FaZe, they're going to realize now this passive play back in the sites isn't going to work. They've got to try and answer with aggression if HellRaisers are just going to be grouping 5 players up and hitting bomb sites.
FaZe wasting a smoke of HellRaisers every round now with these Molotovs over towards playground. HellRaisers don't want to lose the map control as they've already been pushed in the playground before, so fast flashes over towards long. Olaf is here, but Rain is supporting. Olaf getting flashed out, and he doesn't even care because now he's not blind and he can hold the angle. So Rain can tuck back in his little hidey hole as Olaf waits for the re-peek, but Flash keeping Nuki back. HellRaisers now pushing out into middle as well. But FaZe, with the man advantage, has just fallen back into this extremely passive setup. Nico even getting into the toilets is going to be another thing for HellRaisers to deal with on this triple topside setup. With multiple rounds being won on A, FaZe have at least put the majority of their players here. And at any point can send someone down. That could be Olaf as Rain gets more information by pushing up short side, but still with a smoke in his face. HellRaisers now set up outside of the B site with 4. Lots of utility to execute here. Let's see if FaZe can stop them.
Oh, the train passing over has actually just delayed those smokes for a few more seconds. Mistimes it with the Molotov a little bit. and that's allowed just a few more seconds for FaZe to begin this rotation. Brokey hidden over here at the barrels, and Scooby missing that jump up the first time around punishes him dearly. Oh, Nuki, good for one, but the trades come through, and it feels like every time that FaZe get around, there's a player getting a multi-kill, getting a 3K once again. It's Nico. I think this is his third 3K of the map.
And he grabbed a Krieg, Harry. I saw him grab a Krieg.
Ooh, he got his little hands on one of them, and when Hunter's cousin's got a Krieg to play around with, you do not want to be on the other side of it.
Absolutely not. There it is. Orp as well, still being held by Olaf Meister. We've got a bit of a low money situation for HellRaisers now, nearing the end of the half. Pistol and an SMG. And look at how many smokes HellRaisers have to use just to gain what would traditionally be basic map control. This time down towards B. Angel getting through that Molotov short side so he can set up outside of B. But here's the only man here right now. The rest of HellRaisers, again, back in mid. More smokes down for FaZe and coldzera. Careful. Not going to walk into those stream of bullets by Angel. Shot from Rain, doubling up once again. It's Nuki with a trade, but Olaf is still here. He has been spotted, that being said, so Nuki might be hesitant to re-aggress, but with a flashbang forcing Olaf back, that will give HellRaisers the room they deserve. 4-on-3 regardless for FaZe there. Absolutely fine sitting back on this A site, especially considering they've cleared out all of B and they've got all this information that this will be an A play after all. One player needs to either stay around B or short water to cut off that connector play, but ooh, that's a spot. But the other can full flank if they like. coldzera still sitting around monster side, and I kind of like that, but right now it won't come into play because HellRaisers is set up outside of A with 2 on long.
Oh, but you want to know who's here? You want to know the man? He's inside this A bomb site. It's Nico. Olaf even catching that timing onto Angel as he rotates up. And now for FaZe, they've realized with the player rotating up through the connector, this A play's going to come through. But the immediate kill onto Nico at least means this bomb plant is afforded to HR, who once again are going to set up on the CT side of this site. They've got to try and contest for bank control. And thankfully, it's only Brokey here. Not looking to make a withdrawal from this round, though. FaZe is this bank control taken by HR. Now spurs Brokey forward. He hears the scope. FaZe, they've got to pick up the pace if they want to go for this one, though. Nuki, if he can get one kill, this becomes very, very doable for HR. But Olaf going to find that kill on the immediate peak from Nuki. And now it's Flourished to clutch. He's been holding bank all round long, and Brokey just didn't give him the peak. A 10th round on the board for FaZe as they make that 3v2 retake happen.
I mean, ultimately, such a smart play from Brokey. Really good call from FaZe to delay that one. You could see desperately looking for frags while HellRaisers on that A site, but nothing was presenting themselves, and they don't want to stray away too far from that bomb. They don't want to go deep into CT because that's where multiple players could be. As you said, it's a traditional point of rotation, but Brokey just waiting for contact to be made, so he has an angle freed up down below. Olaf, big kill as well, jumps up and gets legged with the AWP. Very unfortunate stuff from Nuki there in the post plant. 10-2 now, Harry. Bomb plant does facilitate the buy, and HellRaisers, they are looking keen for this B site. Smoke again on the Molotov to get Angel out into water. They can get flashed in, but no need right now. HellRaisers just ready to execute.
Important to note in this one, Hugo, if you look on the minimap, numbers 1 and 2, Rain and Olaf have both gone aggressive into connector and mid, and they have seen no one. So this allows for this 3-man stack inside of the B bomb site to come through from FaZe. And now, on the back of spotting coldzera on the pillar, that actually will be the opener found. Brokey desperately trying to get out of danger. The flashbangs are good to keep him alive, but it's only briefly as all the kills come through for HellRaisers, and no money left on the side of FaZe. This is almost definitely going to be a save here.
Yeah, great execute from HellRaisers. Really good utility as well. FaZe getting forced back by the flashbangs, and I'd love to see more of that on this T side where they... oh, dear. That's a heads-up play from Rain. Olaf's even holding with the orb, but he doesn't know someone's close. He's double-scoped, so no way to win that fight. Flourished will take him down, and that's a free orb that can be picked up for Nuki in the follow-up. That's assuming they want to play fast and aggressive. You know, assuming they don't want to continue playing fast and aggressive, of course. So Flourished isn't going to take it. And Rain holding onto his gun just above the T spawn. I want more of that from HellRaisers, though. Group up outside of a site. Even though FaZe had the info, they were ready for a B player. They had 3 players prepared, and so many flashbangs denying information, denying lines of sight for FaZe. And HellRaisers able to trade their way successfully into that bomb site. 3rd round taken, a chance for a 10-5 half here, and that would be just fine.
Yeah, it's that first kill onto Cold Zera that's so important for HellRaisers, because he's set up to play a bait and switch almost with Brokey, right? He's meant to get the attention of these players as they push in to allow Brokey and Nico to do so well. And so the moment they deal with him, that is the thing that forces Brokey out of position. It's the thing that opens up him and Nico to that volley of flashbangs that come through. FaZe not allowed to play their own game there at the B bomb site, and now a tactical pause to follow up. It's time to try and maul this one over.
Yeah, I wonder what the solution is as well for FaZe, right? Because they haven't got a lot of money coming into this follow-up round. So working off of loss bonus, we'll likely just see pistols around this save gun from Rain and a buy-up in the last of the half.
I'm feeling like we see like a long push.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
you want to force here?
Rain's
or?
got so, I don't know, man, because with like buying,
Right,
it really is pick your poison, and so they've gone for the investment.
I respect it, to be honest. It would if the alternative is you full eco this round and then you just about get a buy in the last. And FaZe, they know that they are the better team here. They know that they can, win around with Deagles. That's how they closed out the series versus Vitality yesterday. And with shots like that, Harry, now you see why they bought.
Olaf is physically the fastest gamer in the world. Man advantage already picked up for FaZe as he strikes one from the tally with a phenomenal scout shot down through mid. Angel cannot catch a break. That's probably one of the quickest little scout flicks to a head I think I've seen. And of course it's Angel on the receiving end. And you can really see FaZe just trying to gimmick their way to get as many openers as they can. This is the round to bring those gimmicks in, right? Throw these boosts up, play these little off-angle positions.
And again, because of this short setup for FaZe, they're afforded to triple stack that A bomb site. Yes, okay, Monster's open, and that is a potential. HellRaisers, if they went all through Monster, they could plant, and FaZe would have no info. Look at Scooby, but they're not doing that right now. And FaZe, with an advantage and with a kit, can play retake. Flash over. Cold is waiting for this contact, and Flourished might just give it to him. Cold, stand up. Ah, there it is. Oh, the spam is a little bit hectic, though, and that could have been a free kill for FaZe Clan, but instead, it'll be information for HellRaisers. FaZe have to run right back into the B site because HellRaisers are trying to beat them there. Brokey with the Deeg in the smoke. Crush getting damage off, and Brokey's blind. Rain's killed him from upper, and that's a bomb falling down into the pit. Rain laying down the pain with this M4. Flash assist from Nico on all 3 of those kills, and that was the one gun in this round, Harry. The one gun wins it for FaZe.
Stellar smoke throwing in from Brokey as well, right? He drops the smoke off of the pillar, and what that does is it allows the 2 players on short to actually get back into that site, and they have just one angle to hold, right? The push up from barrels. They know that everyone's coming from Monster. They've had short all round long, so you've left yourself an avenue open. Oh, I'm so glad we get to see it. Look at this, look at this. How?
The double scope as well.
He didn't even actually, like, he sees him in the single scope, then he zooms in, and then just flicks.
But yeah, look at that play from Rain, right? Like you say, Harry, the smoke just sending them into his crosshair, right? If you're playing Heaven,
you've got one avenue. You've
Yeah.
got one avenue to get into that site, and Rain's holding it.
And it could be dangerous to peek wide if you're a Heaven player and expose yourself to both pit and short, but he doesn't need to because they're only coming from the pit, Harry. Really, really nice stuff from Rain. FaZe ultimately looking as we would expect in this series, 11-3 up, a forced buy win to keep their money intact for what will be the last round of this half. And FaZe have everything now. They kept every player alive. So, AWP out again for Olaf, Krieg for Brokey. He's now having a go with it. We got the AK on Cold, just savage stuff. And HellRaisers, at least not getting mollied in middle. They will have a chance to push through, but it's Crush alone. Oh, that Molotov. Tagging Angel, he gets away without the nade being too complicated. FaZe with a very heavy mid setup though. 3 players pushed. Rain is even not satisfied with that. He's going to go one step further.
Nico could be in a lot of danger though, right? He's not looking down at the bottom of connector just yet. He's actually decided to fall on back. Rain, even going aggressive down through mid. So much information picked up for FaZe, and this could be the undoing of HR. He's coming in on this wrap, cold set up at short. He knows he's going to get re-peaked, and there's the challenge from Scooby. Still, though, this flank from Rain could end the entire round before it even begins for HellRaisers. All it's going to rely on is HR either playing slowly or Brokey buying some time. Here's Rain shutting down one, and this has divided the push in two. Brokey winning his fight. Nuki, sure, he gets the trade onto Rain, but that bomb is now out in the open, and two players inside of the site with Nico rotating in through the connector. Nuki and Flourished, they've got to do it all if they want to take round 15.
Oh, and there's Olaf just wall banging out the first man. Flourished alone, and Brokey's going to re-aggress as well. Too many players down on that B bomb site. FaZe put up a wall, and they put up a solid CT half. 12 rounds at the end of it to only 3 of HellRaisers. We saw HellRaisers CT side go flawlessly yesterday versus Fnatic with some ridiculous retakes. Let's see if they can replicate that in the second half, or if FaZe will close this one out quickly. Join us after the break for HellRaisers CT side.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said then you better use it. Tell yourself day after day it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you wanted to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh.
FaZe Clan making a meal out of HellRaisers, and boy, does it look delicious on that CT side. 12 rounds to 3. They will just not let them into the bomb sites, and HellRaisers are going to need a monumental comeback on their map pick of all things.
Yeah, to say they're on the back foot really does feel like an understatement. That pistol round is a necessity here for the HellRaisers squad. Spirits seeming high as fist bumps all around. Angel taking a bit of time to make sure everyone's on the same page here heading into the second half. They know how much of a deciding factor this one round can be. As the HellRaisers, we saw a very, very strong CT side from them just yesterday. Can they replicate that once again here versus the Titans of FaZe? Smoke's going in towards the B-bomb site and a fast B play from FaZe Clan.
Oh, Angel getting caught as well from the flashes. Nico going to overwhelm him, and coldzera wraps the site. There's so many T's here, and not enough men to stop them. Rain laying down more. Dink into the heaven player. Nuki's down to 3. He is up for the chopping block, and Brokey will put him on it. Flourished, will he walk into the guillotine that is Rain with a pistol? Although, it goes the other way around. Rain getting his head taken off. It gives an opportunity. Will Flourished take it, though? FaZe are not giving away a kill. I like this reserved play. They're going to time a repeat, I imagine, when they hear him get closer. And you can see all going wide at the same time. Flourished can't find a shot, and Brokey will lay 2 kills into that round to get FaZe another pistol round win. They are going to be 13-3 up. And HellRaisers, well, they will... I mean, they're going to get 1 buy round, Harry. They're going to get 1 buy round if this continues. And the game will be over. So, scary stuff.
The thing that's even more dire there is that was a 4-man stacked B-bomb site. Not that you would know it from how easily FaZe are able to run over HellRaisers there. Force buy-in from HR. And this means if they don't pick this round up, it's going to be 15-3 before we see that first buy come in. And that's if they let it go there. They might just be force buying till the very end of this game.
Oh, okay.
Look at those odds. 1-26.
So if you want to bet on FaZe, don't even go to Betway, because they're not going to give you anything, Harry. But if you believe in HellRaisers, well, that is the place to be. Dear, oh dear.
Yeah, I think those odds speak volumes, don't they? Those are the most one-sided odds that we've seen all Pro League long.
I've never seen 1. It's always 1.01.
1.01, yeah.
That's just brutal. Give them a chance, guys.
Next it's going to be like 0.8. Like, you put money on FaZe, they win, you lose. And, well, you know, I'm hoping that we can see a bit more from HellRaisers. That's the thing. Like, we were really hoping that this CT side would have had the answers. The problem is they're not even going to get to play a CT side if they don't pick this round up.
Dear. 50 seconds here, and FaZe have got the bomb back in spawn. That can go wherever they please. As Nico... Oh, timing. Looking to sell a fake on this top site, throwing out a smoke towards it. Flourished challenging, and so is Angel. So it's information. There are 2 players here, but that's the problem. HellRaisers have a quad A side setup. They're going to start rotating down towards B. Look at that mini-map, but it might all be too late. It might all matter too little, because FaZe are walking through Monster. 20 seconds now. Crush is on short, and they haven't cleared that one out, but now the CT's arriving on the site in just the nick of time.
A few of these players are tagged up. Nuki's able to delete one of them. The bomb's now dropped. It's got to get planted. Brokey's got to stick this. And oh no, he taps it. He did this yesterday. I don't think there's enough time. And he gets knifed. Yikes.
That's what you get, I think, for faking the bomb with 5 seconds left. Yeah, it's second time he's done it. Obviously, you know, rough situation to be in. You know that he was planting with short open, and Crush likely is going to kill him regardless, but it's either plant the bomb or lose the round. Those are your options, and you've always got to stick it, Harry. We're definitely seeing that come through. Obviously, inexperienced for Brokey at this kind of level, but... I just think, I feel like it's pretty...
Well, I think in chaotic rounds, you know, like the 1v2 yesterday, that one was a little more out there as to why he didn't. That one there's like 7 seconds left. There's maybe enough time to fake a bomb plant, and you're in all the chaos of everything, right? Yeah. There's all these comms just lighting up the team speak, and no one really knows what's going on. It can be easy to lose your head in those situations. For FaZe, it's not the end of the world, right? That's the thing. They've given up a 4th. It's only going to become a problem if HellRaisers start to build up some CT rounds, because that's when you get in your head.
And right there is a phenomenal call by Angel to rotate down towards B once they spot Nico throwing those lurk smokes, right? They get 4 players in that B site right as FaZe are walking through Monster. Like 5 seconds difference, FaZe get a plant, they win the round. But instead, Crush catches him off on short, he drops the bomb, and HellRaisers have enough players to even whip out knife kills onto the bought FaZe clan members. That is a ballsy round for HellRaisers, and I want more of that here as we head into this CT side. Buy is coming through. FaZe are going to be ecoing with pistols, but they've not exactly got a lot behind this. Just those regular old deeks. Flourished having to fall back off of long, even getting flashed in for more, but he's not interested. Olaf spotted on the cross, and playing with fire here is Olaf. Oh, one more jump and you're getting your head ripped off, mate, so might want to leave it at that. Now the T's starting to get closer on A, and Nico actually killing Nuki with the Deagle. 25 seconds, flank is in. Angel's pushed up from B connector, and he'll get 2 for himself as well. Olaf somehow winning, eventually winning that flight to Frags, and they can go down towards B. There's just enough time, but they've actually hesitated, so now it's got to be that A play into the 2-man setup.
Yeah, this is where it should get all cleaned up, and indeed it will. Crush and Scooby able to stand and deliver. HellRaisers in with another round here on the CT side, but it still gets very, very close considering they were only up against those pistols.
I would have loved to see them run down towards B, really. There were 20 seconds, they killed that flank of Angel. Of course, you know, you get the bomb and you're wondering, you're going, okay, there's 20 seconds, is there time? If you don't do it immediately without even thinking, you can't even consider it, but there was time. So maybe an opportunity for FaZe, but luckily enough, HellRaisers win that round. And that's what we wanted, really, because FaZe only had the Eagles. Let's give HellRaisers a couple of rifle rounds to get into this game here as they sit 13-5 with Glocks on FaZe.
And a very, very measured round from HellRaisers. No more peeking, no more fighting for mid. They've given FaZe this side of the map, and well, it's only Glocks they're up against, so you're not really to worry here for HellRaisers. This should not be FaZe finding anything. If so much as a bomb plant comes through, that is a defeat for HR in its own sense. And
Brokey just showed the bomb.
So now they know. And you can see already the rotation on the mini-maps coming in as well. So yeah, this one's pretty much done. The pistols aren't going to find anything, sadly, for FaZe. By coming in the next round, Olaf critically has kept extra cash. He's going to be bringing that AWP out almost immediately here. Crush does have some extra money over on the side of HR, so if this is a flawless round, we can maybe look to see him drop an AWP over to Nuki and move on to an M4. At the same time, though, you know, considering how one-sided this scoreline is still, I think you're very, very paranoid if you're HellRaisers about having your economy break down. So we might just see them run the Galil and the rifles into this next one, leaving that AWP on Olaf as the main thing. Brokey's going to manage 1 kill, but that's it. Olaf now looking to bring that AWP out. And this is where I think we're really going to get an idea as to what this FaZe T side looks like.
Yeah, remember that. We haven't actually had a proper rifle round, just that 1 second round by with, you know, up against the force of HellRaisers that fell apart on that B-bomb site. So a chance to see what FaZe are bringing to the table here. Orbed on both sides of the picture. No Kriegs here for HellRaisers, though. They do have an AK scavenged on Scooby at least, but early smoke used by FaZe to get out through middle. Always worth it at this kind of level. You don't want to lose that control. However, Flourished has taken it regardless, pushed up towards the playground, and he's got support from Angel as well. Oh, Angel, you here, buddy? Yep. Knife out. Really risking it. At least he had his teammate close by and the flash into the playground, but wallbangs only give away his position. There's no one there. Olaf is waiting for that kill, and now FaZe a man up. The question for Angel is, does he want to re-aggress and risk giving them a 5-on-3, or does he fall back? It will be the latter. Nuki still waiting around in the toilet, and FaZe are coming up connector. This could be the trade that HellRaisers need.
And if he gets this, there's no one really nearby that can help out. No one nearby that can trade this. However, now they know this AWP lurks in the toilets, and Eco's out through connector, removing Angel from the round. Nuki's trying to rotate on back into this A side of the map, but FaZe, they're not committed. And HellRaisers, they've rotated everyone up towards A. Rain gonna try and sell this fake now and keep these players here. This utility's gonna come on in. Flash is going over, and Rain, he's done enough already. FaZe, they've got that B bomb site to themselves. Anything else Rain can get at this point is a cherry on top of the cake. He's still kept them here. No, they're none the wiser. And they're gonna hear this utility going in towards B, and they just want to deal with the one fight they know they've got. They're gonna get that. But now the bomb plant will come through for FaZe.
Yeah, FaZe are almost surprised as to how free this B site is. They're like, where is everyone? As the plant is found, HellRaisers realizing that maybe this is just a save round. They've got a bit of money, but they haven't built up enough to really justify going in for a 3-on-4 retake, especially not with the AWP and that damage already taken on these players. It's going to be the triple save, all up on long. FaZe give them the respect, at least knowing that their economy is still yet to be built up into place, and with 14 rounds being taken, it's safer just to hold onto your own weapons and try and get these last couple, rather than risk losing all the guns and giving HellRaisers a way back into this game. HellRaisers going to need to win multiple rifle rounds now to break the money that FaZe have built in this round, and that's easier said than done.
I like that from the admins there, seeing that potential spillage just waiting to happen. Very paranoid ever since Tabson's been in the building. We are ESL, right? We got fire extinguishers on every corner, SSDs ready to go, monitors that we're running double monitor setups just for when you know, Tabson comes in and breaks one of them.
And most importantly, tissues everywhere.
Tissues everywhere.
Towels.
No liquids near the PC.
I mean, it's never stopped you, Harry. You love eating at the PC and drinking.
I was going to say, eat your liquids. I just eat custard.
Is that a liquid or a solid?
Oh, that's a good... It's definitely a liquid, isn't it, mate?
What about the crusty stuff on the top?
Well, I guess that one bit is solid, yeah. I don't know, Hugo, that's very pedantic, I think, you know. I don't think anyone's arguing that custard is solid. I feel like you really are alone on that one. But let's see if this B-site hold is solid from HellRaisers. Scooby in with one, and he will drop Rain. So solid beats liquid there in the head-to-head as Scooby comes up clutch. 5 on 4 now, and Flourished through the smoke, gonna remove another. Nico on the chopping block. FaZe back to the drawing board now. They've got 35 seconds left. Olaf is looking for this trade, but it is nowhere to be found up at the A side of the map. This is a weird one for FaZe. Yeah. This bomb is still over in mid, and I don't even know if there's time to get it into a site at this point.
They're saving. They've realized the error of their ways.
They've just got to hold on to this.
It's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, it doesn't help when, you know, you're sending players into both sides of the map, trying to see, you know, ascertain some info, see if you can get a kill, see if you can trade, and both those players just die. Doesn't really leave you with a lot of, you know, legwork, a lot of room to maneuver, and with the time already being down to the 30-second point, FaZe would rather just have these guns in the next round. They know they can drop over a couple of weapons to facilitate a full buy, so you may as well have this than the alternative of an eco round. Give it another go. You've got the buffer as well. HellRaisers is still sitting plenty of rounds behind. (7 to 14), and the guns are back in the hand of FaZe.
I think that's the big problem HellRaisers is going to have, right? This CT side, it's not enough to just be good. You know, you can't just have a good half. Like, you've got to have a stellar performance. You cannot make a single mistake here if you're HellRaisers. And it's not even mistakes on behalf of HellRaisers I'm worried about. It's more just... This FaZe roster is filled to the brim with individuals. Yeah. If you put like Simple in this squad, I feel like that's the only extra star that you could add in to complement this lineup anymore, right? Just to have, yeah, like just, you know, why not? That's basically what this is. You just put all these juggernauts in one team, and they're terrifying, as you would expect. They've always got this potential for one man to step up and get 3. That was what we saw all first half long. So HellRaisers, they've got to beat that. They've got to use these 5 players playing in tandem, playing as a team to beat the fantastic individuals on the side of FaZe. Toilets control gonna get taken here by FaZe Clan. Nuki actually re-aggressing on short, and there's 3 players here, along with 1 at long. There's a very heavy A-side presence here from HR, and that's thanks to Crush holding this long smoke, this monster smoke down towards B. He's been so good at this side of the map, at least last game, and all the information he gets facilitates this heavier stack. Cold was holding that all round long, but he's going to get pressured, and in the blink of an eye, everyone for FaZe has fallen with the exception of Olaf.
Yeah, FaZe weren't expecting HellRaisers to be so deep at the 20-second mark, and I don't blame them. That is, you know, unorthodox here from HellRaisers to continue to be so aggressive. Not just one player, but everyone pushed up. Crush getting that kill with 3 seconds left. I would have loved to see him delay it till after time, but not a worry. The AWP is removed from FaZe Clan, and HellRaisers continuing to build upon the CT side. Reminder for those who weren't able to watch a game yesterday versus Fnatic. Now, albeit it was a Fnatic with, you know, stand-in for Crims, but HellRaisers on this map were able to have a flawless CT side to win that game. They got 7 rounds in the terrorist half, and then they did not drop a single one to close out the map. So keep that in mind. Their CT side is good on Overpass. They have a lot of strong retake potential as well. And although we've not seen any real post plants in this second half just yet, there is always time, Harry, especially with this comeback being pieced together. FaZe now calling it a tactical pause.
And a part of me wonders, you know, if on the back of seeing so many players over towards the A side of the map, maybe FaZe are worried about that B aggression from HellRaisers. You know, that's normally the way that teams have that tell, is with someone going aggressive through Monster. So it really wouldn't surprise me if we see them dedicate a few more players toward this avenue of the map coming into this this rifle round that's going to come through in the next. They will send pistol players here as well to keep an eye on this early in this one, but this is just the standard default from FaZe. They're looking to contend for Connector, and they'll get it for free. Crush gonna join the boys at the B bomb site. He saw that connector door open, so he knows that there's players in there for FaZe. It's Olaf aggressive at short. I'm not sure HR are gonna anticipate someone to be so deep up, ready to take this gunfight so early in the round.
Cold's calling for a boost as well. Rain is going to move over with Crush on the barrels. Although he's jumping, that is scary. He's not looking over, and that could be a kill here for FaZe. Oh, as I say that, look at Crush. He just moved towards Monster. That is perfect for FaZe Clan, or for HellRaisers rather. FaZe Clan have no info on this B bomb site, and I'm sure Olaf really wants to walk out because he's seen nothing right now. Finally spotting someone in the heaven, and you know at this point there's someone close Monster. But do FaZe realize that it's a double setup? Molly on short just to keep these players back, and Rain is patient as anything. He has all the time in the world to check for this boost, but eventually at the 40-second mark, FaZe realize maybe they just need to go for the execute. Nico with the smoke and the flash at the back of Monster can throw a bridge smoke from his position on barrels, and that's exactly what he'll do. So 29 seconds here come the cavalry.
Yeah, and Angel's timing and pushing to the bomb site is perfect. He sets up and he helps out his team. All the kills come through for HR. Now 9-14. They are making this one feel competitive. They're getting it closer. But another buy coming in for FaZe in the following round. This is really where we see whether or not HellRaisers are going to make this look doable. That one there, gifted to them on a silver platter. They've been fine against the rifles in the past. It's just that constant worry that all it's going to take is one round from FaZe and this game could be over. That's the one thing I can't get out of my mind. Deep Monster smoke getting thrown in. We know that Crush loves to play behind this. FaZe picking up the pace. They try and get over towards short. That nade has found great damage, but already Rain up here on the short side and annihilate Scooby there as he tries to peek on in. Cold, nice. Even removing Crush, and now they've got the B site. They don't know it yet. They're sat in this 5-on-3. They will lose Olaf over in middle, and now likelihood is we just see this B execute come through from FaZe. They're going to get the bomb site. HellRaisers have to try and retake now in a 3-on-4, and so many of these players, look at Angel, look at Flourished, they're a reasonable distance away from the site. They're having to rotate on round now, and this means Nuki, he's just got to wait. He's got to wait for his teammates to get into position.
Yeah, it's going to take some time for HellRaisers, but not only that, some frags, and FaZe are not giving up anything. Look at these positions being taken on the site. Nico is the only one looking for engagement, and to be honest, I don't blame him. Molly in the pit for Angel. This is something that Chad was breaking down on the telestrator. These flashes to get his team back into the site. No one close. Everything clear. FaZe at the back now. Flourished has to force gunfights, but there's multiple players holding his position. He is not going to check for them. Rain with one. The trades are good for HellRaisers, but they might not be enough. Cold keeping the round alive for FaZe, and 3 for him. Even grabs the AWP at the end. He trades his way to success from short, and that will be the FaZe Clan round. Harry, you said they may just need one. Well, there it is.
And such a shame, because these retakes from HellRaisers really are a huge threat. Even there in the 3-on-4 with so little time left, they are able to make that one look doable. It's Cold Zera stepping up from short that is able to secure that round for FaZe. The quick re-peek into Nuki. Very, very well played there by Cold. You can see that with only one man surviving, the buy for FaZe that comes in this round is anything but ideal. And the fast cold boost, that was meant to give HellRaisers the opener, but instead they fed one to Cold. And so now once again, FaZe finding the man advantage. Scooby's gone to reclaim it, and he's taken it back and more. Doubling up down towards the short side. And suddenly it's HellRaisers sat now in the driver's seat in this round.
And here's the issue for FaZe, because they only won with one surviving in that previous round. They have no money, Harry. They have barely any guns. Brokey somehow getting a kill with a UMP through Monster. They'll take that every day of the week, but still Nico tagged up. Brokey hasn't grabbed a better weapon. There were a couple dropped in his teammates' bodies on short, but he doesn't want to risk it. Might actually go back towards B. That's where Crush sits. Crush's position is what won HellRaisers the round, early into the half in the second round, because when FaZe walked 4 through Monster, they didn't check the sandbags and it just went straight for the plant. Allowed Crush to drop that bomb in the site. And FaZe, very possible that they do the same thing here. But with guns dropped on short, Brokey wants to check them out and upgrade his weapon, I'd imagine. So he will move through. Hopefully, Crush can be aware of this noise he's about to hear. There it is. So sound being made outside of B as Brokey swaps weapon. That will adjust the rotation. Yuki now coming down into the site. 20 seconds here. The bomb going back. Nico's lining up a smoke for the plant. Yuki is here. He won't be able to stop the monster play, though, especially with that smoke.
And it could be like that last round where Crush now can do it all. If he denies this bomb getting into the site, if he denies the plant, the round is won for HR. He tries to go through, but that flash coming in just a second too late. He's still going to get away with a kill and has turned this now to the advantage of HellRaisers. Oh, not quite. Trying to finish it off. Brokey still just hidden over in Monster, but this bomb, it will be stuck by HellRaisers. Nuki's going to grab the defuse. They're going to get a 10th on the board. Brokey not able to clutch it in the 1v3. Justifiably so, really. HellRaisers still looking so good in these retakes.
Yeah, just keeping up appearances, Harry. Exactly what we expected, exactly what we wanted on this CT side coming into this map. Great round from Scooby. Look at this re-aggression. Even though he dies to Brokey down Monster later, he really opens up that round and gets the two-man advantage that HellRaisers wanted. FaZe Clan forcing now with pistols and armor. Not fully invested. They got money left in the banks, but HellRaisers have got double digits now. And FaZe want to try and speed up the pace. Throw a Hail Mary into this B bomb site. There are 4 players moving in. Scooby already dropping the first. Crush going wide, but he is blind. Luckily, Angel's there to keep him alive. And Brokey trading his way into B. There's still a man up close, so Scooby should be able to deny these players. And the Molotov as well, adding insult to injury. It is a clean round for HellRaisers. 3 standing tall at the end of things, and they will deal with the fast B play. FaZe, 4 more rounds to close out this matchup, Harry, or this map rather. Have they got it in them?
Well, man, this, yesterday when we watched HellRaisers take Fnatic on this map and they were able to take it very, very dominantly, we were left thinking, okay, well, for Fnatic, I guess it makes sense, right? They're playing with a 4-man squad. But here, I think this is really showing that HellRaisers, if there is a map that they can take top teams the distance on, it is Overpass. They've looked so good on it time and time again, even having the resilience to come back from what was a 13-4 scoreline at one point in time.
And this time FaZe will change the pace. They'll change the setup, a slow default with players all over the map. You mentioned earlier, Harry, when HellRaisers had that quad A setup where they pushed up short at 20 seconds. They had the info for Crush getting aggressive in Monster. Well, FaZe want to deny that information this time. They've got players holding all the choke points except B short. So Brokey can at least tell his team that, okay, this information isn't there for HellRaisers, and therefore they don't have a heavy setup. Only 2 on the A site right now, but a 3rd has moved in. Ooh, that bike is a fickle beast, as Flourished finds out, and he'll get dropped. Yuki does trade onto Nico, though, and almost follows up. If he can get another kill here, that'd be great, but he's stuck in the toilets right now, being pushed up from mid. Rain is looking for this frag. Angel, he's getting wallbanged down. He just can't catch a break. Rain does get traded from the site, though, and 3-on-3, 2 spotted on A. That's info for FaZe. Brokey going to try and get this B opening kill. If he finds Crush, the round could be over like that.
Yeah, this is such an important kill for FaZe, but it's HellRaisers to get it. And with that, the plan for FaZe Clan is now out of the window. They were hoping that this B site was theirs for the taking. And now it's lined with 2 players from the HellRaisers side. Once again, Crush has worked himself into the corner at short. Scooby's going to win his fight onto Cold, and it's only Olaf left standing. Nade chips him up even further with damage here. 10 seconds. Olaf has to find both of these players and get the bomb down. That's just not possible. HellRaisers, another one on the CT side. 12 to 15 now. Man, I said it was 13-4 at one point in time, and it was, you know, I wasn't wrong, but actually it was even more one-sided. It was 13-3 at one point, mate, in favor of FaZe. They 12-3'd the half, they win the pistol, they lose that anti-eco in the second, and since then, they've only managed 2 rounds on this T side. HellRaisers, they're making FaZe sweat right now.
Yeah, without a doubt, this is a great CT side. You can see LK getting animated as well, and I don't blame him after how this game has gone. HellRaisers know they're the underdogs, and they are making FaZe work for this win, and it may not even be happening at this rate. 3 rounds away from overtime on this first map of the series. HellRaisers pick, you know, must have, of course, in the series. Might just have a chance.
I think what's really quite incredible is if you remember, Angel was 007 at one point.
Yeah.
Crush finished the first half, I think, with 1 kill to his name.
Correct.
And so these 2 individuals have both started to step up and joining the likes really of Flourished and Scooby.
You've doubled back now, Betway, have you? You're giving us that point
Betway, we see it.
Okay.
All right, guys, we see this one. I don't know, man. I'm
getting scared, huh? Getting scared? I just put 20 grand on HellRaisers, so you better be.
20 grand. Oh my word, how much money would you be making back from that?
I'm bankrupt, Harry. Help me.
You'd be making, what, like $520,000, I'm assuming. I think you said $20,000.
I don't know what I said, Harry. It's all a blur. I'm just getting terrified at this point.
Yeah, I'm terrified for FaZe, and they're terrified for themselves. Flourished, he's striking even more terror into the hearts of FaZe in this one.
And Betway.
And Betway.
Oh, dear. Flourished almost finding another one. Yuki's in the toilets with his AWP. And FaZe have everyone here. Not for long, though. Angel might just pick him apart. Everyone's getting tagged, but no one is getting killed. That might change. Angel dropping Nico, throwing that sight smoke. Yuki waiting for Coltira with the bomb, and that will be a huge kill to find with the bomb dropped in the open. Brokey getting a frag. Oh, Nuki, you gotta run. You gotta get back as they're getting close. 20 seconds. Flourished still keeping this A site under control, and triple setup here as well means that there is no way FaZe is getting a bomb plant. Even with that smoke to try and cross, HellRaisers can afford to play aggressively to stop it. Flourished is gonna go through the smoke. Big hero play, running low on ammo, but it's not a problem. He still deals with Brokey. 23 and 16. Flourished has been a pleasure to watch in this game, and HellRaisers now only have 2 more rounds in the way of them and overtime.
I mean, this would be unreal. And that's the thing with every round that gets closer, HellRaisers are believing more and more. And FaZe, this is where that missed bomb plant in the anti-eco in the second round, we were saying it didn't matter that much unless HellRaisers started to get back into things. This is where little mistakes that you've made in rounds that you should have really had locked in start to creep back into your mind. Oh, well, what if we had got that bomb planted? Or what if we hadn't have left it so late against the pistols?
We'd be on dust 2 by now.
We really would. We would have been there. HellRaisers trying to get this one to overtime. It looked impossible. It looked like it couldn't be done. And they might be about to deliver here in the first map of this series, taking us the distance. If it all falls apart now, equally so, that's heartbreaking for HellRaisers to go on a comeback like this.
That being said, there's nothing suggesting that anything is going to go wrong, right? You know, if we're going off of what's happened this entire half long, it's been HellRaisers storming over it. FaZe with the odd round here and there, but not very consistent at all. That needs to change. Or it doesn't even need to change. They can continue to be inconsistent, Harry. They just need 1 round out of the next 2. Marich in the toilets, heavy A setup again. That's where FaZe have most of their players. Two trying to sell a B fake. That might force a rotation of Angel down towards B. That means Long is now open, and Olaf has a chance to aggress. Talking of which, Scooby and Yuki push back up. Rain holding for this, and Scooby looking at the ground, expecting him a little bit below. That will not be the case. Rain, oh dear, he gets out. Yuki has no idea that he has been played right now. 20 seconds as FaZe now set up with the flashbangs. Angel dodging them close on the site. Counter flashes keep these T's back, and Yuki's giving away his position. Rain will capitalize on that. There's still a man in the toilet, so Flourished has been so good, but the flashbang is better. Cole getting the entry, and that might just be it, Harry. There's one man left up to stop it all. Up from B and already back down. It's going to be the round and the map victory. FaZe